Hi everyone, it's Victoria, the Soul Nurturer. I'm really excited because I got my very first request for a topic to be covered, and it's pretty sweet because it's from my very own sister. My sister Jane, hello Jane, who lives in California, and obviously we don't live in the same state. I live in Washington State and we don't get to see each other. We stay in touch via phone here and there, but really, this is kind of cool. She is watching my videos with me, so thanks, sis. So her request for a topic to cover was, or is, all of the disappointment going on right now, all of the things that we are having to let go of, and in particular, her request was for the graduates, high school graduates and college graduates, and those who are, not able to celebrate in the way that they'd like to or they'd love to with their friends and family. There are weddings being postponed. There are people having to renegotiate their weddings. There are people who are having to just make do with what is, and we all are, but at various degrees, right? So really, when I heard her request for the topic, what she was asking, I felt underneath it is, how do we deal with disappointment, right? The disappointment of the things that we long for, that the natural and normal way of being, the things that we maybe have taken for granted before. But what I wanted to say, I'm just going to turn my music down again. I tend to start with my music a little too loud. About this is, disappointment is very hard, and there's a correlation with disappointment and expectations. Okay, of course, it's normal to expect that you're going to have a ceremony for your graduation. It's normal to be dreaming about your wedding and planning your wedding and having a wedding and having all your friends and family there. But we are not in normal times. And so not in normal times, we're having to adjust all the time. We're having to let go of expectations and just be with what is. Now, the thing though about disappointment, because of course my heart goes out to especially the graduates, and I have a friend who's, is planning a wedding coming up this summer, and she just decided to postpone it. And can you imagine how heartbreaking that is, and how you find the one you want to spend the rest of your life with, and you start the planning process and you're getting excited about it, and then everything comes to a screeching halt and you have to make a very difficult choice to postpone. And so this is real life happening, and we can really feel for all these people having to adjust and having to make different choices around this. But here is the thing that's so amazing about us, that we're created not only with amazing resiliency, we are created with incredible adaptability and creativity. So we're having to be creative about how to meet these needs and how to celebrate our lives as they're unfolding in this very different time. So the other thing I want to say about disappointment is, I was thinking about disappointment the other day. Actually, when she sent me this message and request, I was thinking, disappointment. Well, we've all had disappointment in our lives, haven't we? I want you to think for a moment in a time in your life when you had a great disappointment, and what grew out of that. Or how did you manage that? Or what did you choose to do with that? I want to invite you to think about that, because I would put money on it. I'm not going to bet with you, but I would say I would put money on it, that if you think about a great disappointment and how you navigated it, how you managed it, you probably have a more deep connection to that time. You have probably an incredible memory or a story to tell, right? That's what we can do with this time. Be creative with it, lean into it, feel the disappointment. Of course, we cannot skip over the vital step of feeling our feelings. Feel your feelings, feel your disappointment, feel your grief, feel your sorrow. And then let your soul rise with some opportunities, but some great, creative, adaptable ways of being with what is. So I'm going to tell you, this is really, I'm so proud of this and excited about this, because, everyone who's blessed to have a best friend, and I have a few really dear, good best friends that I've had for years, but have my one best friend in particular, two best friends from junior high, but one that I talk to quite a bit. And we have that kind of bestie relationship where we call each other often in those moments where we need someone to be a positive mirror to help us do that solution finding in those stuck places. You know, basically your therapist. So Lori is my best friend slash therapist, and I am hers. And she called me, a month, well, it was March. Her daughter's birthday is in March. So she called me and she was really upset. And you know, when someone you love is upset, your heart's just, you go into that instant, how can I help? How can we get to a solution together? Well, she was really sad because her sweet, beautiful daughter, Olivia, was turning 16, sweet 16 in March. And of course, Lori was a previous event manager. We did a lot of event planning together back in the day. She helped me at the Grammys with a few things, and just that's her business, but she does more promotional stuff now. And anyway, of course, she's like everyone's cheerleader. She's the most exuberant person I know. So had things been normal, she would have done something incredible for her daughter, I know. But her hands were tied, as all of ours are, in terms of how do we do the normal, natural things of celebrating or doing the things we really want to do. Anyway, she called me and I couldn't think of anything. I just really felt for her. I was just like, wow, my heart aches for you and Olivia. And, you know, if I think of something, I'll let you know. Nothing came. But that night, and this was like two days or 3 days before Olivia's birthday, that night, I was in the bathtub, which is my think tank. I was going to play with words there. My think tank. It's kind of like my soak tank, and it just popped in my head. Maybe I saw it. Probably I did somewhere. You know, this idea to have a parade for her. It was very early on before people started doing this. I now see this as like this is one of the ways we've adapted. Have a parade, swing by someone's house and celebrate them from a distance, from that, physical distance that's safe for all of us. And so I called her and I said, I think I have an idea. I think that could be a really good idea for her, for you. And she instantly said, yeah, this is it. This is what we're going to do. And really, she had 2-3 days to put this whole thing together. So she pulled it off as the super mom she is. And it was so delightful to see the video of Olivia being loved and valued and cherished by her very own parade. Now, I guarantee you, she's never going to forget that day. I mean, she would probably remember an awesome birthday too, but she's never going to forget the uniqueness of that day for her. So this is the opportunity in the disappointment. Disappointment kind of composts what we had hoped for, all of our expectations, what we wanted, maybe desired, and it composts it into something that we can grow, what is still possible. So for all of you, for any of you, and moms of high schoolers or even college students who this is their special time and they don't get to have their ceremony, I believe in redos. I believe in finding a way to get those needs met. We can't just let it go. Something needs to be done. So let your creativity rise. Think outside of the box. We're all outside of the box right now, by the way. There's no other way to think. We can't do what we would normally do. We're all out of our comfort zone, which is an awesome thing. Really, yes, I said awesome. Why? Because when we're out of our comfort zones, which just means our familiar and known ruts, our familiar and known ways of being, yeah, we get really comfortable in those places. Yes, it's nice to have routine and certainty. But we're not in that time right now. We're in a time of thinking outside of the box, flowing with uncertainty, being creative, adaptable, rising up to meet the occasion. So what can we do? We have to let go of the what can't we do to what can we do. So I just really look forward to seeing what people do to celebrate their graduates, to celebrate their weddings, to celebrate each other. Truly, it's already happening and it's going to get bigger and better. I believe that is true. So think about that in any place right now. Let's take it down a notch. You know, these are the big celebrations we're talking about, weddings and graduations. But places in your life right now where you feel disappointed, where you feel let down because you can't do that thing you wanted to do, or you had plans for this time that you can't take action on. What can you do? Here's how you find a way to get to that. What can you do? Let's use the graduates. What does having a big ceremony provide for the graduate? What does it provide? Well, off the top of my head, I didn't script this. I don't script these. I just kind of just open my heart and go. It provides a recognition for their accomplishments. It provides an honoring. It provides being witnessed by their community. It provides celebrating with friends. Okay, this is a tall order to meet in these very different times, but with creativity and a desire to meet the need, it can be so. So from those big events to the smaller places where, again, travel, a lot of people I hear are frustrated that they can't travel right now. What does travel provide? When I travel, it meets the need of what? You know, freedom, learning about different cultures, being on a warm tropical beach. What does that provide? Relaxation, replenishment, renewal. See what I'm doing here? We want to find what the thing that you're desiring, wanting, and can't have right now, just right now, would have provided for you. What need was being met? Now, you roll up your creativity sleeves and you say, how can I meet that need right now? Obviously, it's not going to look the same, but it will meet the need, and I promise you, it will be memorable. We remember more the things that are very different. I can barely, I remember my graduation, but I can remember more specifically those unique times, those unique experiences, and most definitely the times that were hard, that were challenging, and something came out of that grew through me, that grew some strengths and abilities, or where I was able to find a creative way to meet what was and meet the need. So that's sort of my take on it. I hope this helps, Jane. Let me know. My heart is with all of you, and congratulations to the seniors and the graduates to be, and congratulations to all of you who were planning a special ceremony for this time or soon. We can still celebrate. We can still, you can still be honored for your choice and seen by your community. And so let's be creative. I want to hear some ideas. Post some comments underneath this video, and let's see how we show up to celebrate one another during these very different times, and as we celebrate our own life unfolding and these moments of creative resolve where we meet what is with creativity and innovation. Really, out of limited times, great innovation comes. So I'm knowing and feeling that a lot of awesome things are going to be coming out of this. We're just in the hard part of it right now. Okay, so take good care of yourself, connect to your creativity, freestyle with it. Let the ideas flow, the creativity show you some opportunities yet to be. All right, thanks for listening. Hope this helped. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Click on the little bell. You'll be notified of uploads of new videos. And like my sister Jane, which I do wish I was named Jane, because my husband is called Tarzan. Wouldn't that been perfect, Tarzan and Jane? Anyway, my sister, one removed from me, is Jane. So thank you, Jane, for your request. But just like her, you can also request topics for me to cover on this journey of unfolding and transformation. Stay well, take good care until I see you next. Bye-bye.